PSG adwumani nyina share Arsenal Football Club or the Park Princess Sports Stadium. But I think when you check between PSG and Inter or move into the finals, what I can easily say about these two football clubs is about money. Yes, it's money. If only that you want to get money, anything that can surpass money is more money. Getting more money can easily help you to surpass money now. So if you want to be fruitful, if you want to be happy, if you want to be successful enough in all other things that you do, get money. Make sure you make more money. And PSG, in football recently, is a particular investment. I'll pick it from the Qatari investment or Metimi Ediaba into the football, making sure at that time when they were coming into the French League, trying to buy a particular club or Metimi as sports headed or more kind of project or more it was a certain PSG football club or MON-FRI Canal Plus in some when they wanted to make sure in terms of sports washing the kind of mentality and a work kata chrome home say so kata koye juma ABOU a lot of things on they wanted to have that sports washing within the intercontinental people, wishing them to know when over into the Europe na so beto football club na so moye club ni club naje a lot of trophies are. It's not about the said country now or MON-FRI banner, but then it's about football, and football can easily do a lot of things. But for Inter, as far back in 1899, when they came in a particular moment, a joint club and a AC Milan or because of the Milan group of people was a Milanist people and avoided a lot of European footballers to play for their football club. So as far back from 1899 to 1908, that was the time Inter Milan fought 83 AC Milan. When they got separated for AC Milan, they wanted to have a particular movement or may have an identity of blended local Italian football players and then foreign football players who can easily thrive Inter Milan very well on that quality football club. So first captain, no free Switzerland, the captain and band at the bottom. When you see from 1908 Inter, 18 years successful enough in the Scudetto, Moji Scudetto, no consecutively. Making sure even till last season, the 20th title, Mitima surpassed even AC Milan, just staying behind Juventus, one of the most successful football clubs in the Italian Serie A. It tells you from that particular moment, Inter go through a lot of sporting decisions, a lot of sporting events. But as far back when it comes to Inter, drop here after they won the treble in 2010, it was very difficult for Inter to compete, both in the Scudetto, both in the UEFA Champions League, and even in the Coppa Italia. Now you find Inter Milan or more competing. Or more drop here, it was a certain group of people who came to rescue Inter Milan at that particular moment in time in 2016. Now, as far back in 2016, there was this particular appliance group, electronics group, no more China, and they were called the Suni.com, no more China. When we go to Oko China, and I say OPE, one of these finest, home appliances, electric cars, or Majidi or China, or more retailing shop near very big around the world is this particular Suni.com. Now, the president of this particular firm or founded that particular firm was called Zandik, and I said Zundik, and founded that particular Suni.com. When he founded that particular thing, he wanted to come into the European sphere to make sure so we invested in a particular football club. In combining with the China president at that time, Jinping, XI, he wanted to collaborate with the China president, making sure the China 5 million yuan to actually make sure so many invest in their football, but coming into Europe, they will have a particular European football club or more top club they can easily invest. Not only about investing, they will buy majority shares of that particular club, propagated that club to become a stable football club, not only financial investment, it's my solid Ediamada said club, and they find Inter Milan at that particular moment in 2016. So the Sunin.com invested 70% of their majority stake in Inter Milan at that particular moment in time. Or university and Zank making sure when a baba Stevie Zank or be influencing the banner at that time, 24 years. I'm the banner becoming a president of that particular football club called Inter Milan. When the Steve Zank be a president of Inter Milan, he made sure obey stable Inter Milan by investing close to about 263 million euros into the system of Inter Milan at that time. When Steve Zank became the president, Within a short period of time from 2017 to 2018, we saw Inter Milan dominating in a Scudetto Moje back-to-back with Antonio Conte, making sure Sobakakofa Giuseppe Pepe Marotta from Juventus Football Club to make sure that particular man will spearhead the sporting decision and the sporting directing role of Inter Milan under Papa Effinja Steve Zank. But of course, in 2021, the Suning.com, Steve Zank, head of operations, on one Papa company, or the Koto Chacha China, because of there was this holding company in terms of YNC estates, and I say a building of estates, China, only a very good evergreen Chinese group of company, China, and Okon investing close to about 260 million euros in that particular company. Say, Omufa says he can any a lot of investments, China, in terms of real estate developing business, Now, that Chibino, the Sunin.com will have a high profit of that particular moment. The Akoba and say, as of 2021-2022. Not ever Chinese evergreen company it's ma collapse or bankrupt. Or bankrupt The Sunin.com and a sponsor Inter Milan annually close to about 150 million euros. Almost the share Inter Milan Football Club name. Inter Milan are jeopardized because of financial insecurity. They needed to have a way around to make sure that Steve Zank and then the Papa be stabilizing Inter Milan for that particular football club to compete with the Italian Serie A, Coppa Italia, and then the UEFA Champions League. They needed to make sure say Ombe go away from the football club. 150 million euros. There was this particular industrial firm who US firm, Oak Tree Investment Capital, the side of USA. And Omune guarantee that kind of loan at the side of Steve Zank and then the Papa. When they guarantee that particular loan, the side of loan, they will become the next successor to actually hold majority shareholdings of Inter Milan as a football club. When Oak Tree came to Inter Milan, they pumped 270 million euros into the football club. And as Steve Zank, BP Morata will make sure most of the players know about Inter Milan or may pick them for free. But under Oak Tree Investment, they wouldn't buy most of these players for free, but then they will buy them. Since you cannot play and the player needs they will buy that particular player to come to Inter Milan for him to play for Inter Milan. So check about Marcus Thuram, Ofri Borussia Mönchengladbach, Eddie Bano. Almost a huge amount of money to buy him from Borussia Mönchengladbach to come to Inter Milan to play. Almost a lot of Yansuma, Edeneba. It was free there, but then it was money at hand. And some of Yansuma, by the side of Inter Milan. They propagated better sporting decision for the side of Inter Milan as a good football club for them to reach where they've reached. But for PSG, almost when invested very well. But baby on my baby Juno, final no more corner, it will be history over tactics. It's not about acquiring PSG football club. Luis Enrique will try to make sure a lot of tactical method. Simeone Inzaghi will try to make sure a lot of tactical method for these particular both football clubs. Simeone Inzaghi acco into the finals, that 2022-2023 against the side of Manchester City or going to the finals. I went to Mianje history. Wakobida. Luis Enrique made Barca acco into the finals in 2015. Okoye or J treble that season. Or back to PSG Football Club. Wajé the French Liga bought into the Coupe de France final. Or also the PSG in the Champions League final. And Charles said, Obesan's probably so the treble no and so honum. But between these particular two football clubs, DIABY, Obi already Champions League Libya, and he needs to fight to get to that particular moment of time so it's margin to the final. Inter Milan last 2 seasons fought very hard to get into the finals, but then Pep Guardiola edged free in himself. PSG Football Club 4 years ago, Omiti Hansen Flick together with Thomas Tuchel who's not the touchline the PSG. He fought very hard, but then Hansen Flick etimeji that trophy no edgy free PSG for him. Obi history be catch Obi as Chelsea go into the second finals of the Champions League, After playing with Manchester United or Moscow, they came back to Allianz Arena to win that particular Champions League. A lot of football clubs, they fought very hard. They went back, came back, and made sure say the Champions League in that particular expensive role. So if you Inter, any PSG football club can the speaker. PSG history, everything about the Champions League finals, is supported PSG football club at this particular moment. But Luis Enrique, Ekoje the Champions League final now, and that's Okoje the Champions League trophy now. It will be a deserved memory. Obama never buy a friend say that doesn't know. It's making sure say Obe living in a world tattooed memory for the Baba. After say Utimi secure that particular bone cancer Utimi Uyano, Luis Enrique Ebeji that trophy no Edashen the Baba and Monyam. But Diaby, all English finals beating are possible. Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur can easily qualify to the Europa League finals in next month. No? I'm sure. Tottenham will qualify Bodo. Manchester United will qualify into the finals. Chelsea Football Club ever qualify into the finals. This will be a proper moment for English clubs to make sure say Manchester Tottenham Hotspur go into the finals. The ABOU and the bit England. So Chelsea echo into the finals, European Conference League there. The ABOU and Chelsea can easily win that particular European Conference League. And about the next season, England 4 clubs will compete in European competition or muko efficient rise up. So they will have about 5 to 6 football clubs who will compete in that particular level. It tells you say the Bonayaka said the English Premiership is one of the biggest football leagues in the world. No, it's not about the Champions League, but in all other competitions.
Farmers League like Casa League here. I don't think Luis Enrique Farmers League in Montreal, no league here. League Apple Gajola can one team in our country.
It's just no in England. It's no England.
And Farmers League, I don't need the
Man UG Europe now. England clubs will present 6 teams. Europe next season. It depends on the MOU because already coefficient, among the more 5 clubs and some of the Europe.
United
Europe an automatic slot. Either Manchester or Tottenham.
But that you know something can no crew. So there. But so be Europe, but who could defend another hour. Now United boys have a champion.
So at the end of the day, Manchester
United also 40 people champions.
Manchester United can win. Manchester United can win the Europa League. Qualify for the Champions League. Now Arsenal, I mean the second or the third, non so qualify. Now Manchester United season now better than Arsenal.
Yeah, Kobe is
Champions League, but I have a trophy to present. Chelsea made me finish 5th. No, I qualify for Champions League. No, I do Conference League. The season is better than Arsenal.
Mate, Mama make come message in the Kakran